Hey, it's a Fallen Ranger, another episode of Fallen Ranger Sports. This episode is going to be recapping both the women's game and the men's game because both of them were pretty embarrassing games for both teams. So earlier this afternoon, the women took on San Diego State in San Diego, and they laid a dud, losing 54 to 83, nearly 30 points. In this after a close game at New Mexico where they got a late lead in the fourth quarter to be down significantly early. Again, they were looking pretty good towards the end of non-comp play. And yeah, has translated for them all in the conference play. In terms of quarter play, the Broncos lost the first, second, fourth quarter. Lost the first quarter 27 to 18 1 point. They were down 11 to 12, but then San Diego State went on a run. Then they basically didn't really show up at all the second quarter, being outscored 23 to 6. In the third quarter, they won 17 to 14, but lost the fourth quarter 19 to 13 to make the final score 83 to 54. The Aztecs moved to 8 and 3 to an all-conference play. The Broncos dropped to 9 and 4, 0 2 to start conference play. Game was played in front of 1,183 fans. For the Broncos starters, Livy Hutton played 29 minutes. She was 5 of 8 from the floor, 4 from charity stripe, 2 offensive, 4 total boards, 2 fouls, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 14 points scored. She was the only Broncos starter to get a double digits. Mai Hansen played 27 minutes. She was 2 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, and 2 of 2 from charity stripe. Had 1 offensive, 3 total boards, 1 foul, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and only 7 points. Nelly Pascal, 23 minutes, 2 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 3 from three-point range, 1 board, 1 foul, 1 turnover, 5 points. Danny Bays, a really cold showing from her. 25 minutes, she was 1 of 9 from the floor, 0 for 2 for 3, 2 for 2 from charity strip, 1 offense, 6 total boards, 2 assists, and only 4 points scored. Team Thompson for Broncos, 19 minutes, and abysmal 1 of 7 shooting performance overall, over from 3-point range and only 2 points. So Florida Monster only put up 18 points. So really abysmal and honestly a little pathetic shooting from those four. Because again, normally they can put up some pretty big numbers quickly. But in this game, they essentially decided to be non-factors. Took the game off in terms of shooting. And then from the bench, Izzy Harms in 10 minutes was 4 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc, 1 turnover. She scored 10 points. Emily Howard played 16 minutes. She was 3 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 2 from charity stripe, 2 offensive, 4 total boards, 1 foul, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and chipped in 8 points. Morgan Maldonado, 12 minutes, was 1 of 3 from the floor, 1 offensive, 2 total boards, 3 fouls, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 2 points. Kendra Garza played 6 minutes, was 1 of 1 from the floor, 1 foul, 1 assist, and 2 points scored. Jada Lewis played 19 minutes. She was 1 for 1 from the floor, 2 fouls, 2 turnovers. Mason Porchardine played 6 minutes. She was 0 for 2 from the floor, 1 offensive, 2 total boards, and 2 assists. Josie Stemmen played 4 minutes. She was 0 for 2 from the floor, both 3-point attempts. And Kira Thompson played 4 minutes. And a foul and a turnover. All the Broncos had 9 offensive, 26 total boards, 12 fouls, 13 assists, 11 turnovers, 1 steal. In terms of shooting wise, in the first quarter there was 7-19 from the floor for 37%, 2 of 5 from 3-point range, and 2 of 2 from charity stripe. Second quarter, they shot a basically pathetic 2 of 15 from the floor for 13%, 0 for 3 from 3, and 2 of 2 from charity stripe. Third quarter, there were 6 of 13 for 46% overall, didn't attempt a 3, and were 5 of 6 from charity stripe. Fourth quarter, there were 5 of 12 from the floor for 42%, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, and 1 of 3 from charity stripe. Overall, they shot 20 of 59 for 34%, 4 of 12 from 3-point range for 33%, and 10 of 13 for 77% from the charity stripe. 20 points of paint, 6 points off Aztec turnovers, 6 second chance points, 4 fast break points, and 22 bench points. Broncos never led this game. They tied it up twice in the first quarter. For the Aztecs, Naomi Panganiban got the start, played 22 minutes, was 7 to 10 from the floor, 2 5 from 3-point range, 2 2 from charity stripe, 1 board, 1 foul, 2 assists, 1 turnover, block shot, in a game high 18 points. Kennedy Lee, 24 minutes, was 6 9 from the floor, 2 5 from 3-point range, 2 2 from charity stripe, 1 offensive, 5 total boards, 1 assist, 1 block shot, 1 steal, and 16 points scored. Bailey Barnard, 18 minutes, 4 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 1 for charity stripe, 2 offensive, 5 total boards, 3 fouls, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 block shot, 9 points scored. Nat Martinez, 22 minutes, 2 of 4 from the floor, 1 of 3 from 3, and 1 of 3 from charity stripe, 2 boards, 1 foul, 1 assist, 1 steal, 6 points. Nala Williams, 18 minutes, 2 of 6 from the floor, 0 for 2 for 3, 1 2 from charity stripe, 1 offensive, 5 total boards, 5 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block shot, and 5 points. And their starters basically scored as many as our entire team scored. Again, that 18 to 16 is 34, plus 9, that's 43, plus 6 is 49, plus 5 is 54. So their starters combined tallied 54 points combined. Just those 5 score 54 points, which is as much as the Broncos scored combined, which is really shocking, and also shows how poorly the Broncos played offensively tonight in terms of shooting. From the bench, Kendall Mosley, 18 minutes, 4 4 from the floor, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc, 3 boards, 2 fouls, and 11 points scored. Alyssa Jackson, 14 minutes, played 3 of 4 from the floor, 1 offensive, 2 total boards, 2 fouls, 3 turnovers, and 6 points scored. CJ Lauda, 24 minutes, 1 of 4 from the floor, 1 of 3 from 3-point range, 1 of 1 for charity stripe, 4 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 4 points. Sophia Kelimeni, 8 minutes played, 1 of 1 from the floor, which was a 3-pointer, and 1 of 2 from charity strip, 2 boards, 1 turnover for 4 points. Kaylin Hamilton played 14 minutes. She was 1 of 4 from the floor, 1 of 2 from 3, 1 offensive, 2 total boards, 3 fouls, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, and 3 points. Maria Constantin Iduo, 14 minutes, 0 for 2 from the floor, 4 for 3, 1 2 from charity stripe, 3 offensive, 7 total boards, 2 fouls, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 point scored. Ellie Chen, 2 minutes, 0 for 0 from the floor, and 1 assist and 1 steal. And Aubrey Cook played 2 minutes, no stats. The Aztecs had 10 offensive, 42 total boards, 14 fouls, 17 assists, 12 turnovers, 4 block shots, 8 steals. In terms of their shooting, they were 10 to 14 the first quarter for 71%, 5 of 7 from beyond the arc for 71%, and 2 of 5 from charity stripe for 40%. Second quarter they were 9 of 17 for 53%, 2 of 7 from 3-point range for 29%, 3 of 4 from charity stripe for 75%. Third quarter 5 of 13 for 39%, 1 of 5 from beyond the arc, and 3 of 3 from charity stripe. Fourth quarter 7 of 13 for 54%, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc, and 2 of 3 from charity stripe. Overall, they shot 31 of 57 for 54%, 11 of 25 for 44%, and 10 of 15 for 67%. So defensively, we struggled as well. Not only did we struggle to score offensively, but we struggled mightily to affect their shooting. They had 36 points of paint, 9 points off our turnovers, 9 second chance points, 29 points on the bench. So a little bit of a pathetic and embarrassing showing from the Bronco women tonight. In terms of points off turnovers, the Broncos got 2 points in second quarter, 4 in third for 6 total. San Diego State got 1 point in the first, 1 in the second, and 7 in fourth for 9 total. Points off our turnovers, it's turn second chance points. Broncos got all 6 of theirs in the first quarter. San Diego State was able to evenly distribute it 3-2, 4-2 for their 11. Bench points, Broncos 22. They had 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 8 in the third, and 10 in the fourth. At 6, 29, 3 in the first, 8 in the second, 6 in the third, and 12 in the fourth. Points of paint, Broncos at 10, 4, 8, and 6 for 28 total. San Diego State at 8, 14, 6, and 8 for 36 total. Broncos got 2 of their fast break points in the first quarter and the other 2 in the fourth for 4 total. Essex didn't even need to do any fast break scoring. Broncos, yep, so. Yeah, it was really rough game for the Bronco women. Again, they dropped to 9-4, 0-2 conference play, and they got a key matchup against Nevada on New Year's Eve at 2 p.m., which is a little weird. You'd think that that would be more of a night game, so that way Bronco Nation could go to the game at night, cheer the Broncos on to win, and then go celebrate the win soon after, instead of a 2 in the afternoon game, which I find to be a little weird. But it is what it is. So again, a really poor showing by Boise City State Women's Basketball. Results on offense and defense results in a 54-83 loss on the road for the Broncos. Again, the Broncos lost by nearly 30 points. And now for the men's side, it's not good either. They were a little pathetic and embarrassing in their game tonight against Nevada. Again, a game they really should have won. I mean, they had arguably, going into the game, especially on paper, a better, more physical, more taller team and more better team. But unfortunately, the Broncos wound up losing 66-81 on the road in Nevada. At one point in the second half, they're down 24 points. Which makes it really tough to come back and win from. I mean, they did get it down to nearly single digits, but again, Nevada would go on a little run because of poor offensive play from the Broncos, with turnovers, with poor shot selection, not hitting shots, especially from Charity Stripe. And in just this game, the Broncos looked like they didn't even really get off the tarmac. Nevada came ready for this game, hungry to play. They outcoached us, outclassed us, outcompeted us, out-efforted us, had way better energy than we did in offense and defense. And they were the more physical team tonight, as when it came to playing on defense and going for boards and rebounds. Broncos win the half down 10 points, 26-36. Broncos still lost the second half, 40-45 as well, on a pathetic and embarrassing offense-defense join as well by the Broncos. The game was played for 9,091 fans. In terms of player stats for the Broncos, Andrew Meadow had a team-high 16 points on 20 minutes, was 5 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 4 from three-point range, but was a little ineffective from the Charity Stripe, only scored for 9, missed a couple front ends of some one-on-ones, or so free throw, missed one-on-ones, and those ones have 4 fouls, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal. Drew Fielder had 13 minutes, was 2 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 2 from Charity Stripe, 3 boards, 4 fouls, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, and 6 points. It was so far a better game, but again, he got called for 2 early fouls in the first half, and so Leon and him had to be a little more careful about his play time in the second half. RJ Keene had 21 minutes, was 1 of 4 from the floor, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. Only had 1 board this game, 2 fouls, 2 assists, and 3 points scored. Jim Buchanan, again, he has had issues this year scoring. Played 25 minutes, he only took 3 shots, missed every single one of them. 0 for 2 for 3, and 2 of 5 from Charity Stripe, including again some missed free throws as well on the front end of some shots on some free throws. He also finished with 2 boards, 3 fouls, 1 turnover, and only 2 points. We really need Jamin to get his ass in gear and become the scorer we know he really can be. We need to do that ASAP. And Dylan Andrews had a really terrible game for him. As again, he came in from UCLA and there was a lot of hype about him. And he's shown that he can be a pretty good scorer, pretty good passer. But in this game, 20 minutes, he was 1 of 5 from the floor, 0 for 2 for 3, misses on free throw, 2 fouls, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, and only 2 points scored. We definitely need Dylan Andrews to really step up his game Dominic Perlin off the bench played 26 minutes, 1 of 2 from the floor, and 11 of 14 from the charity stripe. 4 offensive, 10 total boards, 1 foul, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and 13 points. So he had a double-double in this game, majority of it coming from the charity stripe. Spencer Ahrens had 16 minutes of action, was 4-6 from the floor, 3 of 5 from three-point range, 2 boards, 2 fouls, 2 assists, 11 points. So, I mean, he shot better than Drew Fielder and Jim Buchanan in this game. A.J. Neto played 22 minutes, was 3 of 5 from the floor, 0 from 3, 1 offensive, 2 total boards, 2 fouls, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, and 6 points scored. And A.G. off the bench had a better game than Dylan Andrews as a starting point guard did. Pearson Kaimakel, 17 minutes off the bench, 2 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 4 from 3, 1 offensive, 3 total boards, 2 fouls, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and 5 points scored. Von Boehm saw significant minutes in the first half, finished with 12 minutes, 1 of 2 from the floor, 0 from 3, 3 boards, 2 fouls, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and 2 points. Bronco Man had 11 offensive, 30 total boards, 24 fouls, 14 assists, 13 turnovers, and 6 steals. First half, they were cold, 9 of 24 for 38%, 4-13 for 31% from beyond the arc, and were poor from the charity stripe, 4-9 for 44%. Second half, they did better, 11 of 21 for 52% from the floor, 3 of 9 from beyond the arc, and 15 of 22 from the charity stripe for 68%. Overall, the men were 20 of 45 for 44%, 7 of 22 for 32%, and 19 of 31 from the charity stripe for 61%. Their performance tonight reminded me more of the Hawaii Pacific home loss. That kind of teams to the team that beat Butler convincingly on the road and also just recently beat St. Mary's. Liam Rice was called for a technical in this game, late in the game. 26 points of paint, 6 points off Nevada turnover, 7 second chance points, and 6 points on the fast break, and 37 points from our bench. We tied the game once and threw 2 late changes in the game. For Nevada, Tayshon Comer, 27 minutes, was 5 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc, and 13 of 14 from charity stripe. 1 board, 3 fouls, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, and 24 points, game high. Elijah Price, 34 minutes as a starter, 5 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 4 from charity stripe, 2 offenses, 6 total boards, 3 fouls, 1 assist, 1 block shot, 3 steals, and 11 points scored. Von Weems, 24 minutes played, 2 of 5 from the floor, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, and 3 of 4 from charity stripe, 1 board, 4 fouls, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, and 8 points scored. Chuck Bailey III, 23 minutes played, 3 of 5 from the floor, 0 from 3, 2 of 3 from charity stripe, 1 offensive, 6 total boards, 3 fouls, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and 8 points. Caleb Lowry, 21 minutes, 2 of 2 from the floor, 1 offensive, 3 total boards, 2 fouls, 1 assist, 1 block shot, 4 points scored. From the bench, Payne White, 18 minutes, 3 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 3 from 3, and 2 of 3 from charity stripe, 2 fouls, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 9 points. And Maya Robinson, 9 minutes played, up the bench, 1 of 2 from the floor, 4 of 4 from charity strip, 1 offensive, 2 total boards, 3 fouls, and 6 points. Miles Walker, 17 minutes played, 2 of 3 from the floor, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, 1 foul, 1 assist. 1 board, 1 foul, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 5 points. Tyler Rollinson, 18 minutes on the bench, 1 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 2 from charity strip, 1 board, 2 fouls, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 4 points. Jared Coleman, 6 minutes from the bench, 1 of 1 from the floor, 1 board, and 2 points. Ethan Crowley, 3 minutes of action and no points. Nevada finished with 5 offensive, 23 total boards, 23 fouls, 17 assists, 7 turnovers, 2 blocks, 9 steals. So Broncos forced them to turn the ball over a little more than they normally do. But defensively had no answers to stop them from scoring. The first half, they were 13 of 24 for 54%, 2 of 4 from 3, and 8 of 10 from charity stripe. Second half, they were 12 of 21 for 57%, 2 of 5 from 3-point range, and 19-24 with 79% for charity stripe. Overall, they were 25 of 45 for 56%, 4-9 for 3-point range, or 44%, and 27 of 34 for 79% for charity stripe. with 28 points in the paint, 20 points off our turnovers. I mean, that's one of their 81 points came off of turnovers. Came off our turnovers. I mean, if we play better, this is probably a close game, maybe a win. So it's taking care of business from charity stripe, scoring, well, take care of the ball too, and have much better shooting night. Unfortunately, we did not really travel well to this game. Not only on offense, but defense well. Our prep obviously sucked ass going into this game, so they have a lot of crap to work out. The Broncos do. Nevada also finished with 6 second chance points, 17 fast break points, and 26 points from their bench. So a pretty lousy night for both the women's and men's teams. Again, Broncos got 6 points off turnovers on the second half. Nevada got 14 points off turnovers at first and 6 in the second for 20 total. One of the few stats the Broncos won was 6 chance points, 2 in the first, 5 in the second, compared to 6 for Nevada, 2 in the first, 4 in the second. Bench points, the Broncos also won that battle, 30-26. They got 12 in the first half, 25 in the second, while Nevada only had 7 in the first half, 19 in the second. Points in the paint were nearly identical. Nevada winning that battle slightly, 28-26, with 14 paint points at both halves, whereas Broncos had 10 in the first and 16 in the second. Broncos got all 6 of their fast break points in the second half, whereas Nevada had 6 first half, 11 second half fast break points. Broncos did get out offense rebound. Nevada 11-5, getting 8 in the first, 3 in the second, whereas Nevada only got 1 in the first, 4 in the second. But fortunately, they didn't do a lot of damage off of those. Broncos did a rebound Nevada by 7, but because of how poorly we shot the ball, defended, and how poor ball control was, ball security was, it didn't matter in the end. Because generally when Boise State out rebounds a team, they generally win. Because of the pathetic play by the Broncos overall tonight, most when the glass didn't mean diddly squat. Broncos had all 6 of their steals in the second half. Nevada had 4 in the first, 5 in the second. Broncos had 6 assists in the first half, 8 in the second for 14 total. Nevada 10 in the first, 7 in the second. Broncos had 8 turnovers first half, 5 in the second for 13 total. Nevada had 1 in the first, 6 in the second for 7 total. Broncos were whistled for 11 fouls in the first, 13 in the second, including a technical for 24 total fouls. Nevada 10 in the first and 13 in the second for 23. So pretty pathetic day for both women and men's basketball. Again, the next women's game is on New Year's Eve at 2 p.m. For the men, it's on Tuesday, the 30th at 9 p.m. when they'll host in Mexico. But both teams are going to be sitting on some really pathetic, embarrassing losses for the next 10, 11 days. So, yeah, pretty dang pathetic and embarrassing showing by both teams in their games today. Well, in their games of 20, because right now it's the 21st at nearly 1 a.m. Eastern Time. Nearly midnight in the Mountain Time Zone, so yep, pretty pathetic showing by Bronco basketball, by both women's and men's basketball. Both really have to improve if they want to achieve their goals of winning the conference tournament and playing the NCAA tournament this year, because with this kind of loss going into today, as I mentioned, the men were trending the right way, and even Joe Lenardi had him in stenciled in the field as in Legacy, but after this he'll probably fall a bit. I mean, the net got updated and looks like the Broncos fell 9 spots, and then Kempom, I should say. And J Test also tweeted that this was the most free throws the opposing team had against a mid team that an opponent had shot and converted 27-34 for Nevada, and this is the Broncos' worst loss since losing Nevada in 2020, like a 88 to like 60 something. So yeah, worst conference loss. So I think both the Bronco women's men's teams are more focused about Christmas Eve, Christmas plans with family, stuff like that, versus actually coming out and playing hard in their games today, which was on really pathetic and embarrassing showings, and which is not good, especially like for the men's team because again, it does hurt the resume a bit. And also, like a few days ago, Boise State came out and said that they're going to do reseeding for the men's home games next year. I mean, performances like this will scare a lot of fans away from wanting to keep their seats or to improve their seats for next season. And already there's people calling for the Fire and Leon Rice. I mean, not quite there yet, but another embarrassing game like this, and I might join that club. I mean, yes, Leon has done tremendous things for Boise State basketball. I mean, he's a winless coach. I mean, again, he is still one win away from setting a Mountain West record of 169 wins as a head coach in Mountain West Conference play. Again, he's the first men's basketball coach in Bronco history to have multiple 20-win seasons, and 20 wins is now the standard in multiple NCAA tournament appearances, but right now that does appear to mainly be more of a ceiling. And the question is, if this is, stuff like this keeps happening to Leon, how much longer is he going to be here? And who would be a head coach to replace him? Because we're going to want to improve on the head coaching, and I know it's really tough to say who would want to take over a Boise State program with those even more loftier expectations of getting over that March hump, winning in the NCAA tournament. I mean, this team does have the potential to do that, but they had to play like it today. They absolutely sucked and did not even look remotely close to a conference championship caliber team or an NCAA tournament caliber team. As said, they looked more like the team that played against Hawaii Pacific to start the year in one of the most embarrassing losses in program history. It's a team that, again, played on the road and beat Butler by like 10 points, and again, beat St. Mary's as well. Two really good teams that were inside the top 40 of the net rankings. And then they laid this kind of an egg against Nevada. Going into conference play was probably about 5th or 6th in conference, and were picked to finish more toward the bottom half of the conference, if I remember correctly, from Mountain West Conference Basketball Media Days. Yet Boise State goes on the road to Reno and drops his egg and drops his pathetic performance on offense and defense. So they have a lot to work on in 10 days. Again, both women and men have a lot of work to do in the next 10 days to close out the 2025 calendar year, because then they'll be in 2026. So hopefully both the women and men can win on 30th and 31st and end this calendar year on a win streak of one game. And they'll flesh out these embarrassing games from tonight. So with that said, go Broncos and enjoy the next 10 days without Bronco basketball. I think we need it right now. With how, again, pathetic, embarrassing both the women and men play tonight. I think everyone needs a little break from that. So hopefully both teams will be able to be much improved and really playing up to their standard and their potential to close out this calendar year and to get going into the games of January, February, and lead up to the conference tournament. So with that said, go Broncos, and here's to much better performances for the women and the men.